Listen, Devin hit me with a lot of womanese when we first started talking. She did. And what shocked her was that I would just call her out on it. Like I would just call her out. She's like, and the funny thing is a lot of times she didn't even get upset. She just kind of laughed. That's what I knew she was right. And she used to say to me all the time, she's like, you're the only man that I have ever met who has spoken to me in this way. Women respect you when you understand how to handle them. They might not like you for a short period of time, but in order to get a woman's love, you have to have her respect. And you cannot have a woman's respect unless you understand what she says versus what she means.
So why don't we start there? What was the early
Right.
womanese that she would throw at you?
Oh my God, the early womanese that
It's a
Devin would
good,
throw at
that's a
me.
good transition into the topic.
That is. What did she say? Oh my God, she hit me with it all the time. So when we first started talking, right? What would she tell me? Oh, she would tell me that the reason why she reached out to me is because she was talking to a guy. And the guy wasn't really coming around. And so I was like, okay, she actually reached out to me for a consultation. I'm like, okay, what's the problem? Well, he's this, he's that, and the third. And I said, okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and get this straight. She's like, what's that? I was like, you're fucking this dude. And she's like, okay. She's like, no, I said you're talking to him. That means you're fucking this dude. A lot of girls don't like to say I'm fucking a guy. They like to say that I'm seeing a guy or I'm talking to him or I'm dating him. So that's the first thing that she would say. Then she would say, well, I want to go hang out with my guy again, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, at that point, when she figured out that I knew what she was saying, like, being able to read between the lines, she would be a little bit more honest and, dare I say, a little bit more direct, because she knew that if she tried to sort of mislead me about what her intentions were, that I would just call her out on it. Here's another womanese translation we gave. So we went to Hawaii, and this is actually our 9-year anniversary. So we went to Hawaii, and I remember we were talking while we were on the trip. And she was like, okay, so what are we going to do after this? I was like, well, if I like you after this trip, then, maybe we'll continue to see each other. And then she says to me, she's like, well, I kind of have to do the same thing. I don't know. And I said, Devin, stop it. I said, stop it. I said, you've already made your decision. You don't have to. What she tried to do is she tried that inverse projection. Oh, he's going to tell me he's not sure about me. That's making me more attracted to him. Mm-hmm. So let me try the same thing. Attraction is not symmetrical. The same things that make us attractive to women are not. It's not the same in reverse. And so she had to learn a lot of that. But a lot of times when she would hit me with, she told me that she was going to go out with one of her friends. She's like, hey, my friend Kim called me and she asked me if I wanted to, go out to the bar or whatever. And I told her I would see if I could go. And I was like, no, you're not going. She's like, no, I told her I would see. I said, Devin, you're not going. She's like, what are you talking? I was like, Devin, if the answer is anything but yes, the answer is always no. That's it. That's all there is to it. And she was like, I never really thought of it that way. Guess what? Devin didn't go to the club with her friend Kim. She had already had her mind made up, but because she wanted to be indirect, even with me, I'm not the person she committed to. She says, well, I was thinking about going. I was thinking about saying, no. You had already made your mind up. And that's actually one of the translation clips I'm going to show today.
Oh, sure. Can you show it on screen?
Yeah, sure can. Let me go ahead and share.
Does he have the ability to share it?
Yeah. Well, I think you have to give me the ability.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking to the producer just to make sure. There we go. Perfect.
Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's go to clip number 2. And here we go.
Maybe. No. We'll see. No. More than likely. Hell nah.
If nothing comes up, sure. Sure won't. If I can finish my project, of course. Of course not.
Do you have plans? Definitely. Definitely not.
When it comes to meeting up with girls, a general rule of thumb is that if the answer is anything but yes, the answer is always no. Listen, if a girl wants to meet up with you, she'll meet up with you. She won't put conditions on it. She won't tell you about other plans. She'll simply say yes and wait for your instructions. Okay, so, pardon me. This is where a lot of guys, Pearl, end up wasting a lot of time, energy, and resources on a woman who just isn't interested in them. Like I said in the clip, if the answer is anything but yes, the answer is always no. And the way this will help you is that you won't be wasting time chasing a woman who doesn't like you like that, right? Mm-hmm. These are the girls really who almost always put you in the friend zone if they don't straight up ghost you altogether. The men who understand this are the men who don't get hung up on, girls, on girls who don't want them, which of course allows them to move on and spend time, pursuing women whose interest level is a little bit higher. So again, if the answer is anything but yes, the answer is always no. It's got to be an enthusiastic yes, 100% of the time.
What else are the common ones what would you say are like the most common mistakes women or men make when interpreting what women say versus what they mean?
There is only one mistake that men make when interpreting what women say versus what they mean. And that is taking what they say at face value. Mm-hmm. You can never, you just can't. And again, I'm not trying to make women sound like these nefarious creatures. This is just how they are. Okay. Men are direct, women are passive. Okay. And you just have to understand, especially in the romantic context, women don't want to look like a slut. They don't want to give you the wrong signals. And so they're always speaking indirectly. So when men take what women say at face value, like, for example, let's say you start dating a woman and she says, I want to take things slow. It absolutely positively means something else. And I've got a clip for that as well.
Okay.
This one is actually really, this one is crazy. Listen to this.
We need to take a break. I've been fucking another guy behind your back.
We should start seeing other people. I'm cheating on you. Let's try an open relationship. I'm having sex with another guy. We need to talk. I'm dumping you for the guy I'm cheating with.
A woman will never just tell you they're fucking someone else. So to circumvent having to be honest and having a difficult conversation, which, by the way, means admitting she's cheating, she'll use any combination of these statements to avoid looking like a cheating slut. If she says any of these things to you, she's been fucking another dude for at least 6 months and now knows she can start a relationship with him. Count on it. Okay, so there it is. Go ahead.
Oh, have you ever had a woman tell you the truth and like say that she was cheating?
No, never.
Never. Okay,
actually, there was one woman one time who told me she was cheating, and that's because I straight up asked her. And the reason why she told me is because she knew I had proof. Other than that, a woman will never, ever, ever volunteer to you that she is cheating on you. I mean, it's never happened to me. And I've banged more women than I care to admit. It's never happened to me.
Okay. Sorry, what were you saying before I interrupted you? Sorry.
I was going to say, you've interviewed more than 1,000 women, okay? And you have seen and heard the many, many ways that women characterize engaging in promiscuous behavior. How many girls have you interviewed? Like 12 or 1,300, some crazy number like
Around
that?
1,000, yeah.
Around 1,000. And I don't think I have ever seen or heard a woman say straight up, the reason my boyfriend and I broke up is because I wanted to sleep around, or my boyfriend dumped me because he found out I was cheating, okay? The way this will help you guys when it comes to dating is being proactive and ask her, hey, what happened in your last relationship? Now, what she'll say is we grew apart, or he wasn't attentive to my needs, or sometimes they'll just straight up lie to you and say, he cheated on me. And by the way, all these phrases are translated in the course. And when she says this to you, you now clearly understand that she is recreational use only. If you talk to a girl and you ask her, what happened in your last relationship? Oh, we grew apart. This means she cheated. This is how Womanese helps you guys. It gives you a clear understanding of which women you should not take seriously and which women you shouldn't.
Got it. What else? What else do you have in clips?
Oh, this is another good one. Watch and learn and listen very, very carefully. This is a lot of this is, it's kind of a sobering reminder, and it sucks that this is true, but it is. Here we go.
I'm a strong woman. I want a strong man. I'm super competitive. I want a super competitive guy.
Men are intimidated by me. I am turned on by men who intimidate me.
A dating hack I discovered a while back is if you ask her what kind of woman she is, she will tell you what kind of man she wants. A woman who talks about how strong, competitive, and intimidating she is telling you she's turned on by strong, competitive, and intimidating men. Okay,
because
this is why I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because we turn into the men we want to marry. So it's
yeah,
like a woman with a sleeve wants a man with a sleeve, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
And this is why I've always encouraged men to be proactive with their dealings in women as far as like vetting them are concerned. Guys, ask questions. Do not be afraid to quiz her. Don't be afraid to put her on the spot. Because if there is one thing that we are all aware of, whether you're good with women or not, is that they love nothing more than to talk about themselves. And not a one of us in here watching this right now are unaware of the phrase, let a woman talk long enough and eventually she will tell on themselves. Women, and you guys got to pay attention, women are always telling us who and what they are, but most of the time they're not aware that they are, okay? That particular translation that I just showed you, that allows you to find out what kind of woman you're dealing with, as well as the kind of man she wants to deal with. Again, this saves you a lot of time because now you have the information you need to make the call as to whether or not you want to continue dealing with her.
Okay. So what questions would you say that they should ask?
The one that I just said, hey, what happened in, or you mean as far as, no, just ask, hey, what kind of woman are you? Tell me what kind of woman you are. Describe yourself in 30 seconds. And if you ask a woman to describe herself in 15, 30 seconds, she will almost always tell you what she wants in a man. And the reason she does this, Pearl, is because she's trying to impress you. Like when you ask a woman what kind of a woman you are, she's trying to impress you, right? And that's not a bad thing. She wants to impress you because she likes you. But what you also have to understand is that when women try to impress you, they're going to tell you what they think you want to hear. This is why they tell you I'm a strong, independent, and super competitive.
Okay. Got it.
All right, very good. The next one is my ex is an asshole. This is actually the first one that we were talking about. Here we go.
My ex is such an asshole. I'm still in love with my ex.
A woman who talks shit about her ex is not over her ex. Remember, gentlemen, the more she tries to convince you of something, the less likely it's true. A woman who calls her ex an ass wants her ex in her ass. Never forget that. So many men, they actually, and this is where a lot of guys mess up. So many men think that if a woman thinks her ex is an asshole, that she no longer wants her ex. Guys, that is completely wrong. Yes, she thinks he's an asshole, and chances are he probably is. But if you're dealing with a woman who A, talks about her ex, and B, calls him an asshole, you need to understand that she is not over him, okay? The reason she's talking to you is to create a false sense of scarcity with her ex to give her the impression that she's fucking someone else. The second reason, and the most important reason, is she's looking to distract herself. She doesn't like you like that, okay? She just wants that constant, steady flow of male attention from you while she waits for her ex to make a play to get back with her. And when he does, trust me, she will go running back to him. So understanding this translation, my ex is an asshole, will again keep her from wasting time with women who don't really like you. And here's the thing, Pearl. Every woman has that one ex she can't leave alone. It's that one ex-boyfriend, that one situationship, she can't leave him alone. Yes, eventually they do move on to some degree, but if she calls her ex an asshole, when she's dealing with you, understand that it's only a matter of time before she starts fucking with him again.
So was there a situation that happened to you and you found out she was cheating with the ex?
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. The girl's name was Victoria. I actually met her at a Five Guys, dude. This girl was, oh my god, she had a great ass. So I hit on her at Five Guys, and she's actually looking grumpy. I was like, oh, either you don't like black people or you hate your job, and she laughed, and that kind of broke the ice. Well, she used to talk about how her ex was an asshole all the time, and again, I had the game, but I didn't have the understanding, and I was like, yeah, he's an ex, he's an asshole, she likes me, blah 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 blah. Of course, her phone is buzzing away, and I'm like, well, who is that? She's like, well, that's my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't worried about it because it's your ex-boyfriend. He's an asshole, right? Come to find out, she actually got back with him. She got back with him while she was with me, and that's when I sort of discovered monkey branching. So that was my introduction to when women call their ex an asshole, it still means they want to get with him. That doesn't mean that she doesn't think he's an asshole, but she absolutely still wants to get with him.
But a woman can hate a man and still want to have sex with him.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Yeah, we can despise, and men don't understand this. Like we could hate a guy, not want to spend any time around him, but still want to sleep with him.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Listen, and men, and it's funny because, and I know a lot of women who have slept around, they have probably fucked a guy or two. They genuinely just did not like his people. Dude, I fucked plenty of girls I just didn't like that much. I just liked having sex with her. This is one of the few things that men and women have in common as far as sexual interactions. We will have sex with a woman even if we don't like her. Mm-hmm. If a woman hates you, when a woman tells you she hates you, it really means she loves you. And I've said this before, Pearl. The opposite of love, as far as a woman goes, the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is indifference. If she doesn't really care, if she couldn't care less about you, she's over you. If she hates you, she probably does, but she probably still loves you too. There's a thin line between love and hate, and that's why the saying goes that way.
Got it. Okay, what's next?
This next one is extremely, extremely dangerous. Okay, so a lot of women like to say we have a healthy relationship. Take a look.
This is a toxic relationship.
You're making it so hard for me to cheat on you.
When a woman finds it hard to cheat on you, she'll characterize your relationship as toxic to try to get you to make it easier for her to cheat. Way too many men fall for this ploy. Do not be one of these men.
We have such a healthy relationship. It will be very easy to cheat on you when I decide to.
Beware of any woman who brags about a healthy relationship. This means she has cheated, is cheating, or is going to cheat. Remember what I said about toxic relationships? Well, the opposite applies when a woman says her relationship is healthy.
Yeah, it's a guy with no standards, right? She can
Yep.
just do whatever she wants.
There you go. And a lot of men, listen, you guys need to understand very, very clearly that modern women always want it both ways. Okay. They want the status and the security of being in a relationship while also being able to engage in activities that make them look single. In other words, they want you to take them off the market, but still allow her to have the for rent sign in the front yard. And this is where a lot of men go wrong in their relationships. When women shame you, like in the clip we just saw, they are clearly telling you they don't want to be faithful to you. Women go to the club for attention. They're on Instagram because they're looking for your replacement. They travel without you because they want to get dicked down, but not lose the attention you give them, her as her significant other. The men who do not allow women to act single while in relationships with them are the men that women respect. They might not like it, but they will respect it. And as we all know, a woman cannot love you if she does not respect you.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's tough because all of society tells the women that the guy is toxic if he has any
Oh, yeah.
standards at all. The family will, social media will, the friends will. So it's like the guy against the world.
Yep. Yeah. And wow, that's a good way to put it, Pearl. It's the guy against the world.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a lot of guys in the chat that are probably frustrated. It really is. It is so hard, Pearl, to find the right information, man. This is why, guys like Fresh and Fit, Andrew Tate, Justin Waller, being on the DHS watch list, to me, that's nefarious. Because if men actually had this information, I think it would make relationships better. Yes, there's going to be a learning curve. No, women don't like it women hate it when you figure them out. They hate it, but eventually they respect you and love you for it.
Yeah, but beta bucks providers are what keeps society running. So that's why they don't want them getting the information. It would just be single mothers everywhere. Like if men,
100%.
yeah, it would just be single mothers, and then they wouldn't know what to do with all the single women. So they make it men's problem. Go ahead.
Our channels and all that being shadow banned and taken down. This is an economical decision. Okay.
Yeah.
They try to characterize, we're trying to protect women from men. No. This is economical because you said it yourself when we talked about it earlier in the episode. The economy relies heavily on men not being aware of what their value is compared to what women's value is. Every kiss begins with K. Get down on one knee, do all this other kind of stuff. My wife is the boss, et cetera, et cetera. Most men in the world have never been exposed to this kind of content, and the powers that be are making sure that never happens. And now we know why.
Yeah, it's basically $8 or $2. Do you want to make $8 or do you want to make $2?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw that tweet. I saw that video. That was profound, Pearl.
yeah, no, I mean, it's so simple when you think about it. I mean, I don't know what age you figured it out, but at some age, men understand that they lose money if they tell the truth.
That's right.
Or they get kicked out of school. They lose something, right? And so they just learn to lie. It's not really their fault, and it's not really the women's fault either because we're born into this. It's like our grandmothers or whoever. But corporations have more control over society if they're spending the women's money that they steal from the men. Rather than the men making choices. Go ahead. This is why
90% of the commercials are geared towards women.
Yeah.
If you look at any commercial, almost every commercial you see is designed to get you emotional. And it's funny, we don't even see commercials anymore. It's like we're seeing these miniature movies, these miniature romantic comedies now. The powers that be on Madison Avenue, the advertising capital of the world, they know. And listen, this is a tale as old as time itself. And this is men and women alike. People buy based on emotion. They rarely buy based on logic. I used to sell cars for a living. And yeah, you can tell them about the power steering and the engine, this and that and the third. They're not going to buy the car for 10 reasons. They're going to buy it for one reason. And if that one reason is an emotional reason, there's a much higher probability that you're going to close that sale. The guys over on Madison Avenue understand that very clearly. This is why they push that emotional button every single time, because women make what? 80% of the financial buying decisions in this country. So yeah, if I were them, I would do the same thing.